Hello, Darren the Magic Ghostbuster here with a merchandise news roundup. There's been quite a lot of Ghostbusters merchandise announcements, so I thought I'd just go through them in this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know any of your opinions on any of the stuff we talk about in the comments. So, first thing, the Ghostbusters Puma trainers, or sneakers, however you call them, released yesterday in America. They did not come out in the UK. The UK got screwed again. I don't know about anywhere else in the world, so if you're in another country that isn't America, let me know if you got them. But a good friend of mine, Chris, he spoke to Puma's customer services and they didn't really know. They said they hope they get them next week. Which to me sounds more like a fob off. If I'm honest, I think if they were getting them next week, surely they would know, because it's not like the Puma warehouse is getting, you know, a couple of boxes sent by airmail. They'd be getting them in a massive container. You know, and that's not something that's going to take a week. That's going to take quite a long time. So I think they would have known if they were getting them. So hope I'm wrong on that. I hope the UK website does get them and we manage to get them for a decent price. But at the moment, if you're in the UK or any other country that didn't get them, I'm afraid it's resellers like eBay. So next up is something that releases today. It has been available for pre-order for a couple of days, and that is the Secret Lair card sets. Now, I know nothing about Secret Lair. I get the impression I'm not sure if it's actually a Magic the Gathering thing or a separate thing. Looks similar. That's not something I know about. But you get 5 cards in a set. There's 2 sets. There's a real Ghostbuster set and a Slimer set, plus foil variants. Now, these seem massively overpriced to me. 5 cards for £30, or the foil ones for £40. So if you want them all, you're looking at £140. And that just, I don't know, to me that just seems really expensive. Like I said, it's not a world I know about, this whole Magic the Gathering card game type thing, so maybe that is an average price for this sort of stuff. I have no idea, but to me it just seems ridiculous. Blitzway have teased something coming. Now there's speculation this is going to be a re-release of the original 4 figures, and I think that has come from all the news sites that have reported this are using pictures of the original 4 figures, because there's not really much else they can put on it picture-wise, so I think people are just getting confused with that. Now, I'm hoping for a re-release because I already have them and I want to save my wallet. I've got enough to buy without more Blitzway figures. Also, it will help people who didn't get them for a reasonable price, because they were expensive figures to begin with, but now go for absolutely insane amounts of money on eBay. But Blitzway are not known for re-releases, so could it be something new? I mean, Blitzway have made 2 versions of the Ecto-1. They did the original 84, they did the Afterlife version. It always seemed weird to me they did the Afterlife version with no figures for it. You know, you think they would have at least done a Phoebe to sit in that gunner seat, so I wonder if it will be Afterlife figures. Could also be GB2 figures. They've got the moulds for the faces. You know, they'd have to change Winston, but other than that, they'd have to just, you know, change the jumpsuits slightly. They can either keep the jumpsuits the same with the GB2 logo, or they could go with the grey ones, add a couple of slime blowers, so might be an easier option for them. I'm really hoping they're not going to do a Frozen Empire Ecto-1, because I don't have room for another Ecto-1. If it is re-releases of the original figures, it will be interesting to see how it affects these 12-inch figures coming from Star Race that, to me, just don't look right. For the money, I mean, they're like £300 a figure or something along those lines. The likeness is just way off. They just do not look like they're worth that sort of money. They look like a sort of £100 figure to me. So it'd be interesting to see if Blitzway do re-release the originals. Is that going to affect those coming out? There's a new Ghostbusters stamp set from Australia. Unfortunately, they don't do international postage on it, so the only way we're going to get this is from resellers like eBay. They did a set for the 35th anniversary. This one's for the 40th. I did manage to get the 35th anniversary set 5 years ago. No idea where I've got it though. So Halloween costumes are just doing so much at the moment. They did a live stream a little while back, and I went on there and asked a couple of questions, and one of them was, would they ever consider doing a slime blower? They said it's on the list. Now that doesn't mean they're going to make one, just means they've got it on a list somewhere. I would imagine if they ever do it, it would be undersized. I don't think people appreciate how big those slime blowers are until you actually see one or wear one. They are so big, but don't take that as any sort of confirmation. It's on a list, doesn't mean it's going to happen. But talking to HalloweenCostumes.com, they've just announced a life-size Garaka prop. The pictures look amazing. It's not life-size though. It's standing at just over 7 feet tall, which, you know, is still an impressive height. But the actual height of Garaka, I mean, I should have checked this, but I believe he's like 10 to 13 feet tall. I think he's around the figure I remember reading, his height. So, yeah, so this is like 3 to 5 feet short. But still looks impressive from the promotional pictures. It'd be interesting to see what they are like in the flesh. It has a metal frame on the bottom, and I do wonder if something could be done with that to, you know, maybe add some on or make your own metal frame to bring him up even higher. You know, make a skirt that's extended. That might throw the proportions off though, I don't know. That's just ideas coming out of my head. The Scoleri Brothers masks, they were supposed to be released about a month ago now. They keep putting dates. That date comes, and then it just goes to coming soon, and then 5 days later they put a new date. I have asked, and I've just been told there was a delay with the manufacturer. So, no idea when they're coming, but I really want to order those. And one other thing I'm planning to order from them when it's available is the inflatable firehouse, which is looking like it's going to be 9 feet tall. So, be using that for events. And finally, Hasbro are going to announce the next HasLab at the New York Comic Con. Well, so they say. Hasbro are known for doing announcements of announcements, so it wouldn't surprise me if we get to their panel at Comic Con and they get to the Ghostbusters bit and they say, we'll be revealing next HasLab a week later. Would not be shocked by that in the slightest. I hope I'm wrong on that though. I'd like to find out what it is. Pretty sure it's going to be an X-01. I mean, the original teaser points to an X-01, but we'll have to wait and see whether they announce anything else or not. Again, time will tell. Also, I believe Mondo are supposed to be announcing some more of their stuff coming up. So we've got another 2 real Ghostbusters figures they've not officially announced, or shown off at least. So hopefully we'll see a bit more info on that. So that was just a quick look at some of the latest Ghostbusters merchandise that's either out or coming out. So let me know what sort of stuff you're looking forward to, what stuff do you think, you know, isn't good, overpriced, you know, all that sort of stuff, and let me know in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, keep on busting.
Want to give a big shout out to the Magic Ghostbuster. Hey Darren, very impressive.